Mark, as time passes and we get further and further away from that night there in Libya, do you think that more Americans are forgetting what happened or ignoring what happened now, trying to maybe just put it aside and let's not bring this up anymore? Because it seems to me, and again, a lot of this is what I see online, if you mention Benghazi, there's a certain portion of this populace, largely on the left, maybe entirely on the left, that will roll their eyes, and for whatever reason, they treat it as a punchline almost.
Well, and I think they do, and unfortunately, that's because of our media. They turned it into a four-letter word, and it shouldn't be talked about, and they're trying to do the same thing. And this is what really worries me, where we're at right now, is half of this country is willing to accept Benghazi for what it was, or for what they believe it was, and the story they've been fed, or we get to what's going on right now with the dossier and with, the memo, and you've got people within the FBI talking about having secret meetings after the election of our president because they're there to try to take him down as an insurance policy. And they're worried about collusion with Russia. That type of activity goes straight back, if you study history, goes straight back to Stalinism. It goes back to the way an anarchist, or not even an anarchist, a totalitarian government comes into power. They want to control everything because it didn't get their way. And it really scares me. And, that's kind of, it goes back to the whole let them come, I'm tired of being defensive. It's offense. You know what? I'm going to take the fight to you, whether it be in the media, whether it be about my faith, whether it be about my beliefs, the Second Amendment. This is who we are. We're America. We need to fight for it. We need to stand up for it and be unapologetic for being Americans.
Amen to that. And when you talk about going on offense and not being defensive, again, tactically speaking, there's a lot of options, right? You don't, if you are a very eloquent person, you can, have those conversations. If you are somebody who is more of a grassroots activist, you can, boots on the ground, doing the dirty work in your neighborhoods. But this is something that we can all play to our own strengths and really work to make this country better, put us back on the right track.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like we got to steer the boat 180 degrees.
Right.
If we steer the boat 2 degrees to the right, where that takes us 7 years down the road is a bigger win than what it may seem if you're only at 2 degrees right now.
Absolutely. So what are your plans for 2018? What's your strategy for 2018 and advancing the things that you believe in?
A lot of it is supporting the candidates out there throughout the midterm elections that need to be supported. Making the Democrats spend as much money as possible where they don't think they're gonna, and just continue trying to make this country great and spreading the word, because it ain't about being left or right, it's about being an American. And, I've got a lot of friends that are Democrats, and I think there's a difference between being a Democrat and being a progressive.
I think you're right. And I think that, some of those, maybe some states, there's not much difference, but, we've seen in places like Washington State right now, there are pro-gun Democrats that are sort of the roadblock between, the passage of gun control bills and the defeat of those bills because the Democrats control the legislature. So you're right. When it comes to our rights, it's, these are bipartisan. These are nonpartisan things. They're a right of all Americans, and they should be important for all Americans to defend. Mark, unfortunately, we got to scoot, but, man, I could talk with you all afternoon long. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you so much.
It's
God
always
bless
good talking
you,
with
and
you.
thank you.